Do I know who Webman is? No. Did I buy this figure just because I love Spider Man? Of course I did. What's going on, you guys? Welcome back to another Screw Toy action figure review. And today we'll be looking at the Marvel Legends Spider-Man retro card, Webman. And I'm very excited about this figure. Obviously, it's Spider-Man related, so anything Spider-Man related, I'm a sucker for. And this dude just looks goofy as hell, but I love it. I love it. I love it. I love goofy, out of the wall or off the wall things. So, very excited about this figure. But we'll get a closer look here at the packaging, the accessories, and then the figure itself. We'll get in a close-up look at the packaging. It is your standard Spider-Man retro card packaging. You get a logo of the animated series, Marvel Comics up here, a shot of Webman right there from the comics, and then right here it tells you the gimmick or the accessories that it comes with. In this instance, it says inverted design as it is a double ganger of Spider-Man, so it is just Spider-Man with inverted colors. On the back, you get your Toy Biz inspired packaging. Here is usually where the little gimmick would be. Here it's just showing you the swappable, interchangeable parts. Another shot of Webman, the name of the character, logo right here, and then a bio on the character right here. So if you want to read that, pause it now. Here is the barcode if you want to pause that and get that now as well. Not much more at the bottom, not much more at the top. So enough about this packaging that we've seen plenty of times. Let's crack this bad boy open. And there goes Spider-Man. So straight out of the packaging, Webman does come with a pair of fists, a pair of whip hands, and he also does come with a pair of wall crawling hands. Here is Webman up close and personal. And overall, man, for a simple, easy repaint, I love this figure, man. As goofy as he is, I love it. I love it. I don't know why. I don't know what it is about that I love this figure, but it's goofy as hell, but I love it, man. It is just a Sunfire body mode with the Spider-Man UK head, and I feel like it works, man. It works really well. It works great for this figure. I wish that every Spider-Man figure came on the Sunfire body mode or the retro Spider-Man body mode. And yeah, man, not gonna get into too much detail as it is just, again, a simple repaint. The red is where the blue should be, and the blue is where the red should be. And it came out pretty nice and crisp and clean. All these web lines, no smudging, no smearing. The deco hits pretty spot on. The only place that I have a problem with on mine is the little spider emblem here in the middle. It is a little bit smudged and smeared, but nothing too bad where it's gonna be like, I gotta get a different one. This one is perfectly fine. Again, not gonna look too much into it as it is a simple repaint and reuse of a body mold and a head sculpt that we've seen before. But yeah, man, this figure looks great. The only complaint, other than the spider here and the chest smearing, is these pins, man. I wish that they would start using pinless arms and legs on Spider-Man figures. Not too bad on the legs as it is the same color here as the pins, so not really noticeable. But here on the arms, man, that just sticks out like a sore thumb, and I don't like it. On the other side, not as bad as they are blue, and it is blue here, but here where it's red, that really bothers me. So nothing too crazy about this figure, nothing, mind blowing, but for some reason, man, I really do enjoy this figure. But let's get a quick look at his articulation, and then we'll get some size comparisons. Now, getting a look at Webman's articulation, which should be pretty familiar with his body mode, but he can look up this much. His head is on a ball and hinge, as you can see right there. So he can look up all the way, which I love. I always love when Spider-Man figures can look up all the way. He can look all the way down and bury the chin, which is great. Does he have some head pivot? No real head pivot, as it is a ball and hinge. His arms are on ball joints inside of a butterfly joint, so his arms can shift a great amount back, which I always loved about the Sunfire body mode. And they can shift a little bit in, but nothing too crazy. Again, his arms are on ball joints, so it can move up this much, so he can hit, almost a little bit stiff. Very nice T-pose. He has upper bicep swivel, double jointed elbows that bend in a great amount, and all his hands are on hinges, so they hinge and swivel as so. And then his ab is just a regular ab crunch, which moves in a decent amount. I wish it was more like the retro Spidey, where he does have that diaphragm cut and then the lower ab crunch, but this works. As you can see, he can crunch this much forward, this much back, which is a decent amount. He does have a waist cut, upper thigh cut, double joint knees, and he can easily kick his own ass, as you can see there. He does have a boot cut right there in the middle of his calf. Hinges on his feet, so he does hinge this much forward, this much back, and he does have great ankle pivot with pegals at the bottom of his feet. Now getting a quick look at some size comparisons with Webman. Here we have Webman next to his daddy-o, Dr. Doom, as he is a creation from Dr. Doom to create double gangers of any superhero that does get in his way. And here we have him next to the retro Spider-Man, and he is a clone of Spider-Man. And I wish they would have used the same body mode, as he is a clone, so they should be the exact same size, exact same body shape and everything. But I mean, you could still make it work. Again, colors don't match, so I wish the colors were a little bit more closer to this, but it is what it is. Here we have him next to one of my favorite Spider-Man figures, the Cyborg Spider-Man. And as you can see, they share the exact same body mode, which is the Sunfire body mode. And it's a great body mode for Spider-Man, but I obviously do prefer the retro Spider-Man body mode. But it does work out, as I said, and they look great together. And lastly, here we have him next to the retro Spidey 2099, using that Peaks of Spider-Man buck that I absolutely hate. Again, every Spider-Man figure moving forward should be using this one or the retro Spidey 2020 buck. And here we have Webman on the rotating base. And overall, man, this dude is super goofy and silly, but I love him, man. I don't know what it is about crazy, wacky characters that I love. And this dude is just going to stick out on your display and be, I don't know, man. It's just something about this figure that I really do enjoy. Again, not much to him, nothing too crazy. It is just a lot of reuse and repaint. But for this type of character, it's perfect. I love when Hasbro gives us these wacky characters that they can just, release using same body mode and same head sculpts and just different paint apps. Again, all my paint apps and web lines are really nice and crisp. Nothing too bad. Again, the little spider on his chest is a little bit messed up, but other than that, he's pretty much perfect. I wish they would start using pinless arms on Spider-Man figures, but eventually we'll get there. But overall, this figure, from rating of 1 to 10, I would give him a solid 9. There's nothing I really could have asked for differently. Maybe a different head sculpt, but he does come with everything he needs. Every pair of hands, wall crawling, web shooting hands, and fisted hands, as every Spider-Man should come with. But yeah, man, nothing much more I could say about this figure. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Let me know in the comments down below if you're looking to pick up this guy. I sure wasn't looking forward to this guy, but when I got him and I started messing around with him, I just fell in love with him, man. And maybe it's just my bias, because I do love Spider-Man a lot. So another Spider-Man figure on my shelf, sure, why not? I'll take it. But again, make sure you comment, like, subscribe. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.